back with you at the Civic Center. Ball tossed in the air. Jeff Frisk and Steve Meyer, Minot and Bismarck, respectively, working this game. Dickinson High controls the tip, comes down the Karn out front to Gabbert. Gabbert looks inside. Karn is wide open, lays it up and in. Count the basket, and he'll go to the free throw line. So Dickinson High off to a quick start here early on against Bismarck Century as Karn gets it inside, hits the basket, and draws the personal, and Curtis will be at the line to shoot one. And he was wide open, that personal going against Century's Brad Schmitz. Free throw by Karn, bounces around, drops in. So Dickinson High out in a hurry. They lead it 3-0, and down court with the basketball, right-hand side comes Schmitz. He leaves it left side now for Pope. Carl Pope with the basketball. Back out front to Deutscher. Deutscher gets the pass off to Hennessy. Hennessy back out front now to Maslowski. Maslowski going to be picked up by Gabbert. Left-hand side. They leave the pass off for Pope. He looks down low for Schmitz against Blake. Turns. Shot blocked away. And the rebound's going to be taken down and controlled by Dickinson High. Down court with the basketball comes Dinius. Dinius leaves it for Coppinger. They back away. He'll fire a three-pointer. That is up and not good. Rebound's going to be taken down and controlled by Century. Deutscher with it. Gets the pass off left-hand side to Hennessy, and Hennessy will bring it down court. 7 minutes remaining. First quarter, Dickinson High out to an early 3-0 lead. Out front, Deutscher. Right side, Maslowski. They're looking for Pope. They post him up against Karn. Tough turnaround shot. Can't get it to go, and the rebound taken down and controlled by Dickinson High. Dinius will bring it down court. Dinius with the basketball comes across the timeline, looks to the right side, finds Gabbert. Now Coppinger, baseline inside Blake from 12 off the glass, not good. And the rebound's going to be taken down and controlled by Century. Here comes Hennessy to Maslowski. Maslowski, right-hand side. 6.5 minutes left to go. Maslowski nearly walked with it. Kept his pivot foot over, throws it out front to Hennessy. Hennessy with a nice save out at the center jump circle. He works against Dinius. Shot clock down to 15 seconds. 3-0 Dickinson High with the early lead. Carl Pope out front with the basketball. Pope fakes the three-pointer. Comes baseline over Blake from 17. Not good. Dinius will pull it down. Dinius will bring it down court. 6 minutes left to go. First quarter. Dickinson High with a 3-point lead. Inside Blake. Turns. 12-footer is up and good. Blake with the basket. Dickinson High out in a hurry here. 5-0 against Bismarck Century. And down court with the basketball comes Hennessy. Hennessy left-hand side for Pope. Pope hangs onto it. They drop it down low. Schmitz, nice move against Blake. Lays it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound taken down by Blake. Boy, Schmitz made a nice move, but it wouldn't roll in for him. And down court with the basketball. Here comes Gabbert. Gabbert, right side, looks there, finds Dinius. Dinius penetrates inside, drives to the basket. He lays it up and in. Jason, yeah, great move by Dinius. He lays it up and in. It's a 7-0 lead for Dickinson High as they get off in a hurry here. Right side, back door on the drive. Maslowski puts the shot up, not good. Blake comes down with the rebound, and over the back comes Karn. Okay, Karn comes over the back. Boy, Maslowski had a good look at it. He couldn't get it to go down, and Derek Frank's going to check into the ball game. 5:14 remaining to play. First quarter, Dickinson High off in a hurry here, 7-0. Ball will be put into play. Maslowski to Pope. Karn right there. Now they get it back to Maslowski. Tough three-pointer. Puts it up over Gabbert. Not good. And Blake will come down with the boy. That was a tough shot by Maslowski. He had Gabbert in his face, and he was deep in the corner when he put it up. Dinius comes down. Goes to Gabbert. Now off to Karn. Karn skips it back out front to Dinius. Dinius back to Gabbert. He's going to fire a three-pointer. That doesn't go down. Rebound battled for. Still battled for. And Schmitz will clear it out of there. As Bismarck Century brings it down court. Trailing 7-0. Pope with the basketball. Leaves it baseline. Gets it off in the corner to Hennessy. Hennessy gets the screen. Tries to penetrate. Looks inside. Schmitz on the drive. Lays it up and in. Brad Schmitz with his first basket. It's a 7-2 ball game. Bismarck Century went 3.5 minutes before getting their first basket. Down court, Dinius with the basketball. Cross courts it to Gabbert. Frank, 16-footer on the baseline, is up and good. Derek Frank with the basket off the bench. Dickinson High back into a 7-point lead, 9-2. Hennessy comes down court with the basketball. Hennessy bounces it off. Free throw line, Deutscher back to Hennessy, thinking about it. He's picked up there by Dinius. Hennessy pulls up, looks low, brings it back out high to Deutscher. Deutscher fakes the three, comes inside, off balance shot, got it to roll. Nice move by Derek Deutscher down the right side of the lane. 9-4. Dickinson High by 5. 3:50 remaining. We're zipping right along here in this first quarter. Frank out front, Gabbert. Down baseline, right side, Karn. Inside, Frank turns from 12. Not good. Rebound's going to be yanked out of there by Pope. Pope gets it off to Hennessy. Hennessy's got a man wide open. That's Schmitz, blocked away by Blake. His second block of the ball game. Great defensive effort by Blake as Schmitz had the layup, and Blake came flying over and rejected it. Karn out front to Gabbert. Gabbert trying to penetrate, cannot. Looks right side, finds Dinius. Dinius penetrates, floats up the one-hander. Oh, they're going to call a player control. That's a tough call against Dinius. It looks like Schmitz maybe moved in a step too late, but they say, nope, Dinius picks it up. And the ball will go back to Century. That'll be turnover number 1 against Dickinson. Turnover number 1 also against Dickinson. And Dinius' first personal of the ball game. 9-4, Dickinson High with the early lead. 3:10 remaining to play in the first quarter. Schmitz holds it up at the free throw line against Blake. Pulls it back. Drops it off to Hennessy. Hennessy back out front. Pope. Pope's going to fire from 15. His shot is good. Carl Pope with his first basket. The Pats back to within 3 at 9-6. And down court with the basketball across the timeline. Right-hand side. They bring it in to Gabbert. Gabbert tries to penetrate a floating one-hander off the glass. Not good. Rebound taken down and controlled by Bismarck Century. Here comes Hennessy on the fly. Inside, dishes it off. Schmitz lays it up and in the paint. Patriots back to within 1, 9-8 with 2.5 minutes remaining to play in the first quarter. Gabbert brings it down court. Right-hand side, picks the dribble up, goes off to Brent Wolf, who checked in. Wolf to Karn. Karn back out front to Gabbert. Gabbert thinking about the three. Into Blake. 12-footer by Blake is up. Bounces off. Not good. Frank rebound blocked away. Blake gets it back. Puts it up and in. Dickinson High going hard to the boards that time, and it paid off. 11-8. They lead it by 3 to the Midgets with 2 minutes remaining to play in the first quarter. In the lane, Deutscher puts it up over Frank, and he gets it. Eric Deutscher with 2 quick baskets. He has 4, 11-10. As this one has speeded up tempo-wise with the basketball, it's Gabbert, the number 1 and 2 seeds, playing to go to the state tournament. One will stay home. Frank wide open. Gabbert with a great pass from right to left. And Frank was wide open, and he buried it. Frank with 4. Dickinson High by 3, 13-10. A minute and a half remaining first quarter. Left side, Hennessy. He pulls up a step inside the three-point line. It doesn't go. Rebound will come down and be controlled by Bismarck Century. Deutscher inside, rolls it up and in. Boy, Deutscher, 6 points, 3 of 3 from the floor. Back to a 1-point lead for Dickinson High, 13-12. Here comes Gabbert down court with the basketball. Right side, Karn back to Gabbert. He's going to fire a three-pointer. That's up, not good. Karn have the rebound. We'll have a jump ball, and let's see who has it. Bismarck Century will have it.
Number 42.
Good rebound by Karn. He came high in the air, tied it up, was tied up. Schmitz will check out. We're going to have a couple of substitutes in.
Number 22, Jason Dinius.
Dinius is in for Dickinson High for Bismarck Century into the ball game.
Number 24,
Travis Opdahl will check in, so Opdahl checks in. Dickinson High has led this one the entire first quarter, but Century now with the possession has a chance to take their first lead. It's 13-12, Dickinson High. In fact, the Midgets jumped out to 7-0 and 9-2 leads for Century warmed up. Pope fires from 18. That's not good. Sean Gabbert will come down with the rebound. Pope kind of fired up a flatliner that time, and it didn't really have a chance. Gabbert brings it top the key to Karn. Karn brings it out. Coppinger also in, replacing Blake. Gabbert out front. Coppinger back to Gabbert. Gabbert looking down low. Keeps the dribble alive. Brings it to Karn. Left side, Dinius. Dinius fakes from 3. Drives inside. Puts it up off the glass. Not good. Rebound. Coppinger puts it up. Not good, but he'll draw the personal right now. Jim, Dickinson High really going hard to the offensive boards. Dinius made a good move inside, and Ebach will check in. Karn will check out. That personal going against Deutscher, his first, so he'll check out. He'll get a breather. Dan Cook will check into the ball game. So Dan Cook is in, and out of the ball game is Deutscher. So Maslowski also getting a breather. 31 seconds remaining first quarter. As we said, a well-played, moving right along first quarter. Not a lot of whistles, not a lot of timeouts, and we've just zipped up. Coppinger's free throw rolls around and drops in. Coppinger has his first point. Dickinson High leads it by 2, 14-12. Coppinger ready. This one looks too strong. Bounces off the lip of the rim. Not good. Rebound's going to be pulled down by the Pats. And down court comes Hennessy with the basketball. Shot clock is off with 25 seconds left to go in quarter number 1. Dickinson High leads it by 2 over Century in the battle of the number 1 and 2 seeds in the region to go to the state and go to the third place game. Inside on the drive, they kick it out. Hennessy spots up behind the three-point line, doesn't take it. Now gets the pass inside. Turnaround jump shot by Nordine is up and not good, but I think Coppinger got him on the arm. Let's wait and see. That is the case.
Now the number 50, Troy
Yep, Troy Coppinger will pick it up. And at the free throw line will be Jeremy Nordine. So he'll shoot 2. He'll have a chance to give us our first tie of the basketball game as Nordine went outside, looked inside, put the shot up and couldn't get it. Free throw is up and good. So Century again back to within 1. They have not led in this first quarter. We have not been tied, but they have a chance to give us our first tie. This one looks good again and is good. So Nordine hits 2 of 2. We've got our first tie at 14-14 after Dickinson High jumped out to a 7-0 lead, 9-2 lead. Patsa made a nice run to get back in, and Gabbard at the buzzer. A three-pointer. Got it. At the buzzer, Sean Gabbard hits the tray, and the Midgets take a 17-14 lead into the second quarter. We're back in 60 seconds on KDIX Dickinson. Back with you at the Civic Center. Dickinson High puts the ball into play. They have the lead. They go inside to Blake. Back to Karn. Karn back to Dinius. 17-14. We'll look at the numbers in a moment. Gabbard inside was going to, or Gabbard outside was going to look at the three-pointer, but Karn got in the lane and never got out. Dickinson High's second turnover on the 3-second violation. Brent Wolf looks like he's going to run off maybe a leg injury down there. He's hobbling a little bit. Might have twisted that ankle. Right-hand side with the basketball. For Bismarck High, it's Cook. Cook gets it out. Nordine fires top of the key. That comes off not good, but rebound pulled down by Hennessy. And Hennessy will bring it way back out front and set up the offense for the Patriots. Hennessy looking down low. Now he's cut off. Good defense out there by Dinius. Dinius, Coppinger, Blake, Gabbard, and Karn right now for Dickinson High. Inside, Nordine, double team, kicks it back off on the baseline. Now they get it off to Hennessy. He tries to penetrate, goes down low. Nordine comes inside. Shot is blocked away, but they say Blake got him on the arm, so that'll be Jaden's first. Not a piece of the ball, but a piece of the arm, and that will put Nordine at the line. Jeremy today, 2 of 2 at the line. He'll shoot 2 more. Fourth team personal against Dickinson High. Dickinson High in the first quarter, 7 of 16 from the floor. Century 6 of 15. Nordine's free throw is up and good. Century 2 of 2 from the line. Dickinson 2 of 3. Dickinson 1 turnover. Century did not turn it over, so well played first quarter. Second free throw is up and good. So Nordine off the bench, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 17-16, Dickinson High by 1. 7 minutes left to go, first half with the basketball. Karn, baseline, looks deep, can't go, brings it to Gabbard. Gabbard inside to Karn for Made. His high arching shot is up and good. They're taking Blake away, but that's opening some other things, Jim, inside, and the Midgets looking to it.
Quick reversal, and then Karn flashed in the middle of the zone and got the ball again from Gabbard.
19-16, Dickinson High by 3. Left-hand side with the basketball. On the dribble is Opdahl. He goes out. Hennessy, long three-pointer, banks it in. I mean, that doesn't hit the backboard. It goes to Minot. That's how hard it was, but it hit the backboard and went in. Unbelievable. 19-19, we're tied up. Double teamed as Karn comes around the pressure. On the dribble, now gets it off to Dinius. Dinius has it batted away. He'll come into the paint. He'll pull up from 12. His shot is good. Jason Dinius has really had a solid WDA tournament for Dickinson High.
Good penetration. Dribble seam right in the seam and got that jumper.
21-19 with the basketball. Left side, Cook goes to Hennessy. Traveled with the basketball. Century's first turnover. Got the feet going too fast before he put the basketball down, so the ball will go back to the Dickinson High Midgets. 21-19. Boy, we're just this game well played and quickly played. Down to 5:50 remaining to play in the first half. Midgets by 2. The winner again to the state. The loser has to pack it away. Dinius fakes the 3. Floats up a 12-footer. It's partially blocked, but Karn will come down with the rebound. Karn will get it back out front to Gabbard. Gabbard back to Dinius. Dinius wanted to go to Blake, didn't. Now they drop it off to Coppinger. Coppinger looking inside, trying to get it to Blake. Penetrates, goes to the floor, loses the ball. Turnover 3, Dickinson. He really forced the issue there. Pope from behind has the ball poked away by Karn, stolen by Dinius. Turnover number 2, Century, and down court with the basketball. Here comes Jason Dinius. Dinius right side, Coppinger. Coppinger penetrates again, gets in some trouble, puts up the shot. That is way short, and the rebound comes down to Nordine. Troy Coppinger right now forcing the issue a bit for Dickinson High along that baseline. Didn't have a good look there and put up the shot anyway. Left-hand side with the basketball. It is Hennessy. Or let's check that. Opdahl. He drops it off down low to Nordine against Blake. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound battle for him. Blake will come out of there with it. And Blake gets the pass off to Dinius. And Dinius will bring it down court. Dinius with the basketball. Gets it right-hand side. Now looks down in low. Goes to Blake. He turns from 12 off the glass and got it. Nice move by Jaden Blake. Blake with 6. Midgets by 4. 23-19, 4.5 minutes remaining to play in the first half. Left-hand side with the basketball. Travis Opdahl down low. Nordine tries to back his way in. Turns, hooks the shot up and in. A hook shot by Nordine. Nice move. Right over Blake's outstretched hand. 23-21. Dickinson by 2. Down court. Gabbert with the basketball. Picks the dribble up off to Dinius. Dinius goes free throw line. Blake off to Coppinger. He fires from 18. That's an air ball. Well, I guess it did catch the iron. Troy Coppinger really out of sync offensively right now for Dickinson High with the basketball. He had a wide open shot there and just fired it up. I think Kelly Ebach's going to check in. John Barbier maybe wants to settle him down a bit. Left side with the basketball to the baseline. Pulling up is Opdahl. His shot not good. Rebound battled for. It's going to be controlled by Pope. Pope puts up a 12-footer, can't get it to go. Gabbert comes down with the rebound, and over his back comes Opdahl to pick up the personal. No bonus. We're a long ways away from the bonus. That's only Century's 13 personal. Dickinson High with just 4. Ebach and Wolf and let's see who else. Frank are in. So Dickinson mass substitutions. Schmitz checks back in also for Century. And Maslowski. So both coaches running in 3 new players respectively. Dinius picks his dribble up, gets it off to Brent Wolf. Wolf back off to Dinius. They look down low for Ebach. Now go to Blake. He's double teamed, turns from 12. His shot high. Archer not good. Blake gets his own rebound to the basket, puts it up and in. And that's the Jaden Blake we've seen all year long. Man, did he get after it. 25-21. Missed it, just went for it, got it back and laid it up and in. Right-hand side, Schmitz, top of the key. He's thinking about going against Blake. Now pulls it back off. Left side, Opdahl from 12 over Brent Wolf. Got away from Brent Wolf. Did Opdahl, and he has his first basket. Back to a 2-point lead for Dickinson High. 25-23 with 2:50 remaining to play. Brent Wolf out front. Leaves it left side for Ebach. Ebach back to Wolf. Wolf inside. Blake, oh, he threw it away. Ebach was supposed to stay flat on the baseline. Broke to the basket. And Blake didn't look and just dropped it off, and nobody there. Turnover number 4 against the Midgets. And the Pats get the ball back with 2:35 remaining to play in the first half. It's Dickinson High 25, Bismarck Century 23. This has been a good ball game. Our first one went overtime this morning. Williston to the state over Bismarck St. Mary's 67-62 in overtime. Ball batted loose, but Maslowski will control it. Gets it back off left side to Opdahl. Opdahl looking down low. Now gets the pass quickly back on the right side to Cook. Cook's going to pull up a step in front of the three-point line. It's short. Blake will come out of there with the rebound for Dickinson High. Gets it off to Dinius, and as we approach the 2-minute mark remaining to play in the first half, Dinius brings it down court, goes to Frank. Frank out front to Brent Wolf. He's going to fire a three-pointer. That's an air ball, but Frank is there, puts it up, not good. Blake is there, puts it up and in. Jaden Blake off the offensive glass, puts it up and in. 27-23, Dickinson High by 4 again with 1:45 left to go. Backdoor Maslowski gets around Dinius, throws it up. If it went in, it would have counted. Oh, you don't see Jason Dinius get beat by that very often, but they really set that up well, and Maslowski was wide open. Dinius just came into him and gave him the old bump, and he's mad at himself for that. He picks up his second, so he'll sit down with 1:45 remaining. Gabbert back in, and Karn back in. Ebach is out. At the line will be Maslowski. He'll shoot 2. Century has been perfect at the line so far today. 4 of 4. Maslowski is scoreless, but he is ready at the line. Free throws up and not good. He'll get another. Into the ball game now. Will Spencer will check in for Bismarck Century.
6'8" sophomore.
So he checks in. Carl Pope will check out. And one more for Maslowski. This one is up and good. So Josh gets his first point. It's a 3-point Dickinson High lead. 27-24 with 1:40 left to go in the first half. Top of the key, Brent Wolf with the basketball. Wolf will set the offense right side. Now looks left, goes back right to Gabbert. Baseline to Frank. Frank cross courts it to Karn, to Wolf, to Gabbert. Gabbert's going to cast from 3. In and out, not good. And the rebound taken down. That one looked like it might sit on that rim and drop in, but it spun out. Down court with the basketball. Here comes Hennessy. He's picked up by Brent Wolf. They look for Spencer. Down low, they're trying to set it up. Now Hennessy on the dribble. Picks the dribble up, nearly walked, and then goes to Deutscher, who nearly walked. Now they get it back out front on the baseline finally to Hennessy. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Hennessy has the ball poked away, has to go out and pick it back up. Hennessy's going to have to hurry. Now they're trying to get it to Spencer. Hennessy comes inside, is cut off, goes to Spencer. He turns from 12, puts it up, not good. Blake will come down with the rebound for Dickinson High. Hits it off to Gabbert. We've got an injured player down there. Looks like Brad Schmitz maybe went down for Bismarck Century. Let's wait and see as they were battling inside. He's going to get up. Might have twisted that ankle. That's what it looks like. Jaden Blake patting each other as they go down. Jaden saying, walk it off, and Brad saying, I'll be back. Tough kid going to UND to play football. 27-24, Dickinson High by 3. 40 seconds left to go first half. Gabbert thinking 3. Brent Wolf out front maybe thinking a bit about it. They go to Blake. Blake turns, brings it back to Wolf. Now back to Gabbert. He ain't thinking anymore. He's firing. That one is up and not good. Over the back, let's see who we got. Curtis Karn, they say, grabbed onto the arm of Will Spencer, so he picks up his second. So Karn will pick up number 2. Number 4 against her. Let's make it number 5 against Dickinson High. And the Midgets again, well, not a great three-point shooting team, but they have struggled this whole tournament. And today they have hit just 1 of 6 from three-point range. And Sean Gabbert, who had a pretty good game yesterday, really struggled against Williston, has hit just 1 of 7 again from the floor. And he is a big key to Dickinson. He's got to have some success outside for the Midgets to go. But thus far, the Midgets have held the Pats in check here. 27-24. They lead it with 16 seconds left to go first half. Hennessy out front. Good defense again by the Midgets. Hennessy on the dribble looking for Pope inside. Now they bring it out. Long three-pointer. Maslowski is short. Rebound pulled down by Deutscher. Puts it up. That comes off. Not good. Spencer taps it up and in. So Spencer with the tap in. Three-pointer at the buzzer won't go, so Dickinson High maintains a lead, but it's 1 point at halftime. Dickinson High 27 and Bismarck Century 26. The ball, they have a chance to take their first lead. They have not led in this ball game. We've had just 2 ties. But Century with the possession to begin the second half. Carl Pope with it. They look low to Schmitz against Blake. He turns inside, hooks it up, rolls it in. Second hook shot. The Pats has got to go down. Schmitz has got 1. Nordine's got 1. And Century has their first lead. 28-27 over Dickinson High. Right-hand side. Blake with it. Cross court to Karn. Batted out of bounds by Deutscher. And it'll go back to Dickinson High. So the Midgets will put it back into play. Kurt Karn will do the honors, brings it into Dinius. Dinius with the basketball, top of the key, comes left side, goes to Karn. Karn back out front. Gabbert fakes the 3, penetrates inside, turns, 12-footer off the side iron, not good. Rebound taken down, and again, Sean Gabbert having a tough day shooting the basketball, just 1 of 8. Now let's see what we've got. Shot clock goes off. Apparently they forgot to reset it. Century will have the basketball. They'll put 31 seconds, I think, on the shot clock. Yep, that will be the case. So 31 seconds will go on the shot clock. And Jeff Riss says Century will have possession of the basketball. Just 45 seconds into this second half. And Bismarck Century with a 1-point lead, 28-27, their first lead. They did not lead in the first half, had the first possession, got the basket to go down. And a Brad Schmitz hook shot, and now Dickinson misses, and Century gets it back. Deutscher from 15 puts it up and in. So Bismarck Century's opened up a 3-point lead, 30-27 over Dickinson High. Dinius brings it down, goes to Blake. Blake stops, comes inside from 12. His shot not good. Coppinger with the offensive rebound, brings it back out to Dinius. Dinius off to Karn. Back to Dinius. Dinius penetrates inside off the glass, not good. We've got a block. And that'll go against Century. So Jason Dinius, again, a nice penetration move, Jim. And let's see if it'll be a 2-shot situation. Yes, it will. It'll be on the shot. So Dinius with 4 points will be at the line. Dickinson and Century, neither team a lot of free throws. Dickinson 2 of 3 in the first half, and Century 5 of 6. Dinius will send the first free throw on the way. Looks a bit strong, and it is as it comes off. Not good. He'll get another. 30-27. Bismarck Century by 3. Their biggest lead of the ball game. This one is up by Denny. A second one is good, so he gets 1 of 2. He has 5 points. 30-28. Bismarck Century by 2 points. Carl Pope picked up by Curtis Karn. Left-hand side, Pope penetrates, drives, forces it up. Not good, but we've got a whistle. Let's see who that goes against. I'm going to say Karn looked like he was far enough away from Pope, but maybe they're going to bring it in on Coppinger, who had stepped in, but they'll put Pope at the free throw line. And Pope at the line will shoot 2. He's their top free throw shooter on the season. He can give Century a 4-point lead. First one is up and good.
Third personal foul.
Yeah, that's number 3. We're going to bring Derek Frank in, and Pope's going to try and give Century a 4-point lead. He does. So it's 32-28. Dickinson High down by 4. 6.5 minutes remaining to play in this basketball game's third quarter. Jason Dinius will come down court with the basketball. Dinius comes across the timeline, goes to Blake. Blake to Coppinger. Coppinger back out to Dinius. Dinius fakes from 3. Pulls up from 15. Got bumped. No whistle. And Schmitz pulls the rebound down. Boy, that was a tough break for Dinius. Made a nice move. Put the shot up. It looked like coming right into him that time was Maslowski, but he didn't get the call. Hennessy right side Deutscher. Deutscher drops it back off on the wing. Gets it out to Hennessy. Hennessy will bring it out front. 6 minutes left to go. Third quarter. 32-28. It's a lead in the ball game of 4 for Bismarck Century. Deutscher's got the paint from 8 over Coppinger. Misses. Rebound comes off to Gabbard. A great look by Deutscher and simply floated up a bad shot. He had a good look. Gabbard free throw line to Dinius to Coppinger. Coppinger's going to set long three-pointer. That is not even close. Rebound down. Boy, Dickinson High shooting woes in this tournament. They just will not go away. Across the timeline comes Hennessy. Pope a long three-pointer. That is short. Rebound, Dinius comes down with it, collides with Gabbard, and now Dickinson High wants a timeout. So Dickinson High gets a timeout. 5:30 left to go. It'll be, I think, a full timeout. So we'll send it back to Mandy Andy. Well, Dickinson High puts the ball into play. Jason Dinius out of the timeout, gets it to Coppinger. He fires a three-pointer. That's an air ball. Boy, Troy Coppinger and Sean Gabbard firing up from long range, and neither one has been able to find the range here in this basketball game. I don't think that's what they wanted out of that timeout, but maybe they did, but that's what they got. Another shot put up by Schmitz inside, blocked away by Blake, and they're going to say he came over the arm. Picked up the personal. Looked like a pretty good block, but they're going to say Blake will pick up his second.
52, Jaden Blake, that's his second.
So Blake picks it up, and Schmitz will go to the free throw line.
Brad Schmitz at the free throw line.
5 minutes remaining to play. 2 shots coming for Schmitz, and he'll ready himself. Brad this afternoon, 6 points. Free throw attempt is up and not good. He'll get another. Dickinson High has scored just 2 points. This is like the start of the game when Dickinson High jumped out quick. They scored 7 in a row, and now Century has come out. Free throw in and out, and drops off. Blake will come out of there with the rebound. Hits it off to Dinius. Boy, that one was down, spun around, and spun out. Down court, here comes Dinius with the basketball. Right-hand side to Coppinger. Coppinger to Dinius. Dinius to Gabbard. Gabbard inside to Frank. Frank's going to be double-teamed. Has the ball batted loose and stolen. Turnover number 5. Again, he got double-teamed in there and tried to force up the shot, and had it slapped away. Good defense by the Pats with the basketball. Schmitz. Schmitz looking for Hennessy. Turns at the free throw line. Puts it on the floor. He drives, hooks it up. Not good. Blake will come out of there with the rebound. Boy, Schmitz, like a fullback that time, just put the shoulder down and went to the basket. Could have got a player control, but Blake comes away with the rebound. Out front, Coppinger to Gabbard. Gabbard's going to try and bury a 3. He does. Gabbard finally gets one to drop. Only his second basket in 9 attempts this afternoon. 32-31. Dickinson High back to within 1 with 4:05 left to go. Well, you knew this one was going to be a dogfight. Pope fires a three-pointer. That's up and short. The rebound comes back to Hennessy. Went through about 3 sets of arms, and Hennessy pulled it down, and he'll bring it way back out front. Hennessy to Schmitz. Schmitz at the free throw line. Down to 3:50 remaining to play. Gets it off to Hennessy. Hennessy over Dinius from 17. Not good. Dinius will come down with the rebound. Number 1 and 2 seeds playing to go to the third place game and playing to stay alive, and they're playing like it. It has been a battle. Out front, Frank. Frank back to Dinius. Dinius looks low. Can't find anyone. Comes in the paint from 8. Puts it up. In and out. Not good. That one spun off the lip of the rim. Here comes Hennessy. He's got Schmitz on the breakaway. Lays it up and in. Brad Schmitz, the Midgets got beat down the floor. Brad Schmitz leading the charge, makes it 34-31. Here comes Gabbert down court, top of the key, inside. Blake puts it up. Jump ball. Dickinson High will have the arrow.
Number 24, Travis Opdahl.
Into the ball game comes Brent Wolf. Troy Coppinger will check out of the ball game, and Frank will put the ball into play. Dickinson High with the arrow, and the basketball goes down into the hands of Dason Dinius. Dinius, right wing, brings it out front to Gabbert. Gabbert to Wolf. Wolf off to Blake. They bring him out high. Lob it down low. Bat it around. Gabbert picks it up. And we've got a two-shot situation coming. That personal will go against Century. Picking it up will be Dan Cook, I do believe. Let's wait and see. No, they're going to say Deutscher. That's his third.
Century's second team foul.
So at the line will be Gabbert. Gabbert this afternoon, 6 points. His first trip to the line. Free throw is up and good. Gabbert now with 7. Century's lead is 2, 34-32. One more shot coming. This one is up, in and out, and back in again. So Gabbert gets both free throws to drop. 34-33, Century by 1. 3 minutes left to go. Third quarter, left side with the basketball. Here comes Cook on the dribble drive. Nope, let's check it out. Dahl, he's cut off, drops it to Deutscher. Deep in the right corner, fakes the three-pointer, decides against it as Wolf moves out on him. Now he brings it, looks out front, brings it off to Maslowski. He's picked up by Gabbert. They bring it off to Nordine, who has checked in. Nordine has it batted away, gets it back. Nordine looking to the right side, ball batted around. Nice save by Deutscher inside against Wolf. He pulls up, can't get it to go. Blake high in the air. Will pull the rebound down. Good defensive board by Jaden Blake. 2:20 left to play in this contest. Dickinson High with the basketball. Gabbert top of the key goes to Dinius, batted loose. And no, well, let's see, did he get the timeout? Oh, he did. Great play by Maslowski. I don't like that rule anyway, but that's the way the rule is. So we got a 20-second timeout, and let's just check in quickly. All right, thank you, Jim. Century alert play by Maslowski, but he was going to come down out of bounds and had the ball and said, I want a timeout. So it averted the turnover, and then he nearly threw it away, did Opdahl, but it's controlled by Maslowski. 34-33, Century by 1. Right side, Nordine with it, top of the key, puts it on the floor. He's looking for some help. Blake comes out on him, ball batted loose, but it's controlled by Opdahl. Opdahl stops, pops, puts the shot up. Let's see if they count it. Player control, I do believe. Yep, that will be the call. And Jerry Wilson better sit down or he'll get a technical. That time, good position by Dinius. No basket. Wilson didn't like it, and I guess you can't blame him. But the officials confronted each other, talked about it, and waved it off. Turnover number 3, Bismarck Century. Basketball goes back to the Dickinson High Midgets. Minute 40 remaining, third quarter, 34-33. Number 1 and 2 in the region battling to stay alive, and Sean Gabbert throws it right through the hands of Derek Frank, who couldn't hang on to it. Turnover 6. So the Pats get it right back. Right-hand side with the basketball. They drop it deep in the corner to Cook. Cook back to Maslowski. Maslowski penetrates, stops. Gets it back to Nordine. Nordine has the ball batted loose. Gets it back, turns, fires, 12-footer, got it to go. Boy, where has he come from? First 2 ball games, he hardly saw any action against Dickinson High. Today, he has come off the bench and scored 8 points against the Midgets. 36-33, Dinius, but that's what you need in games like these. Blake, he's alone from 15. His shot high off the back iron, not good. And the rebound going to be taken down by Century. The Pats by 3 as we go under a minute remaining to play in the third quarter. 36-33. Maslowski out front with the basketball. Gets it off right side to Deutscher. Deutscher holds on to it. Back out front. Goes with the basketball to Nordine. Back off. Right side, Cook. 17-footer by Cook comes off. Not good. Dinius will come out of there with the rebound. And Dinius will bring it across the timeline. Down to 30 seconds left to go first half. A 3-point lead. Gabbert fakes a three-pointer. Drives inside. Slides it up. Can't get it to go. Blake will come over the back, I do believe. Yes, he does. And he picks up his third personal. Gabbert again struggling from the floor. Sean now just 1 of 11 or 2 of 11 this afternoon from the floor. And they've got to have better shooting from the perimeter. Dinius this afternoon is 2 of 7, so the two guards this afternoon, Jim, have combined for 4 of 17 from the floor. That is tough to overcome. All right-hand side, Century will play for the final shot. They have a 3-point lead. Out front, Hennessy with it, comes left side, pulls the dribble up, takes a look inside, out to Pope. That's an IBA three-pointer, doesn't go. Dinius with the rebound. Dinius coming through traffic. He's going to be hacked from behind. Hennessy will pick up the personal. So Hennessy picks it up. Karn will put it into play. Boy, Pope was way out there when he took that three-pointer. Remember, Dickinson High has beaten Century twice this season. They get it into Brett Wolf. He comes down court, gets it to Coppinger at the buzzer. Oh! Coppinger had a wide-open layup, and he missed it. Wide open was Troy Coppinger. Dickinson High, third quarter woes, Jim, against Williston. They were 1 of 16 from the floor. Today, 2-4.
Number 22, Jason Dinius, that's his third.
All right, thank you much. Bismarck Century puts the ball into play. They get it down low, and on the drive to the basket, Jason Dinius has picked up his third as he cut off Hennessy, and Hennessy didn't get the shot to go, but will be at the line, and he will shoot 2 shots. First one is up and not good. He'll get another. Dickinson High, in the third quarter, 1 of 11 today for the ball game. They are now 13 of 41 from the floor. Boy, this place has not been friendly to Dickinson High shooting-wise. They have just struggled immensely in all 3 ball games, and it's tough to win when you shoot around 25-30% each ball game. Down court with the basketball comes Dinius. Dinius brings it out front in the paint, puts it up, shot goes down, it counts. Let's wait and see. A block. That'll go against Century. I'm not sure if it's Hennessy down there or not. Yes, it is. So Dinius will go to the line, and he'll shoot 2 shots.
That's his second. 5 team fouls on Century.
Century's 15. Dickinson with 4 for Hennessy, his second. So Dinius will shoot 2, 37-33. Bismarck Century again matching their biggest lead, 4 points. 37-34 as Dinius gets the first one down. Dinius with 6 points in the ball game. Jaden Blake, their leading scorer, with 10, but he didn't score in that quarter. This free throw doesn't go, and the rebound's going to be yanked out of there. So Dinius again, like in his previous trip, gets 1 of 2. Right side on the drive. We've got a whistle and a 2-shot situation. Again, Brent Wolf trying to catch up that time with Bismarck Centuries. Is that number 12? Let's see who that goes. Thomas Opdahl, and he couldn't, as Opdahl got around him, and Wolf came into him. So Opdahl will go to the line to shoot 2, 37-34. And Opdahl at the line, readies himself. Free throws up and good. Opdahl, 3 points in the ball game. Again, Century by 4, 38-34. They can take their biggest lead of the ball game. With 7:27 left to go. They don't. Free throw not good. Rebound to Karn. So the Midgets get it back. Brent Wolf with the basketball. Brent will scoot it across the timeline. Comes left-hand side on the dribble. Gets it back out to Karn. Karn back to Wolf. His three-pointer's partially blocked. Somebody got a hand on it for Century, and I'm not sure who did, but again, Dickinson High. There, Brent Wolf really lackadaisically took that shot, and they got time to get in front of him and block it. Inside, Nordine. He works against Blake, hooks it up, not good, and inside we've got a push. That's going to go against Carl Pope as Pope pushes off away from the basketball, and the ball will go back to Dickinson High. Coppinger will check in. Brent Wolf will check out for Dickinson High. Number 6 against Century in the team foul department. 38-34. Century by 4. 7 minutes left to play for one of these teams in the season. One goes to third place game tonight and to the state tournament. Dinius loses the ball. Hennessy picks his pocket. That's the 7th turnover. Hennessy down court. He travels with the basketball. Turnover number 4 against Bismarck Century, and the basketball will go back to Dickinson High. Down court with the basketball comes Dinius. Dinius left-hand side. Hennessy tries to take it again. This time missed it. They go to Gabbert. Back to Dinius. Dinius going to fire up a 12-footer off the glass. Not good. Blake with the rebound, puts it up. That is good. Jaden Blake with his first basket of the second half. Dickinson High's second basket of the entire second half. 2 baskets in nearly 10 minutes of play. Well, Dickinson High's got to feel good. They're still in the ball game, 38-36. Right-hand side, Pope fakes against Karn from 15, rolls off. Not good. Rebound, battle for, and it's controlled by Coppinger. As Coppinger comes out of there with the basketball, gets it to Dinius. Dinius brings it down court. Dinius looks inside. Goes off to Gabbard. Gabbard fakes from 3, drives inside, reverses it, puts it up, it's blocked. Gets it back, puts it up and in. Great effort by Sean Gabbard. We're tied at 38-38 with 5:55 remaining to play in this ball game. Boy, this has been a good one. The intensity is unbelievable. We're going to have a push. I think Karn will pick that up. That will be his 4th, I believe. Yep. It's number 4 against Curtis Karn.
30, Curtis Karn, that's his 4th.
Tried to fight his way through it and could not. 5:44 remaining to play in this basketball game, 38-38. Schmitz checks back in for Century. Now Dickinson High wants a timeout. They're going to take a 20, but we'll take a break and send it back to Jim Dowell. So Jim and I are enjoying these 2 ball games. Lee's sitting back there making sure everything's working, and we do appreciate it, Lee, very much. Thank you. As we're able to bring both the Dickinson game and New England game to the folks back in Southwest and West North Dakota. 5.5 left to go in this one. It has been a dandy. 38-38 has been real intense. Well played defensively. Both teams have struggled offensively, but you get that when you get some good athletes on the floor. The right side with the basketball, Hennessy. Double team back to Maslowski. A 3-point prayer is up. Not good. And Gabbard comes out of there with the rebound. I don't know if that's the shot Jerry Wilson wanted. Maslowski quite a ways behind that 3-point arc, but he pulled up. Dickinson High with the ball. Dinius. Coppinger, can he hit his first basket? No, he cannot. Rebound pulled down. Jump ball. Dickinson should have the arrow, so they'll get the basketball. Boy, Troy Coppinger this afternoon along with Sean Gabbard. Those 2 guys, they got to wonder what they got to do. Gabbard has hit on 3 of 13 from the floor. Coppinger has hit on 0 of 8. Century timeout. Dickinson have the ball. Full timeout, Jim, or 20? Okay, thank you much, Jim. Dickinson High puts it into play. Dinius comes up with it. They go inside to Blake. Oh, they're going to call a player control on Jaden Blake. Unbelievable call. Blake went up for the shot. The defender came into him, bounced to the floor, and, well, good acting. And Blake picks up a tough break because that, oh, my goodness, was not a player control call, but they called it that way, and you got to accept it and go from there. Dickinson High's 8th turnover. Left-hand side, Maslowski. Century and Dickinson tied at 38-38. They get the pass off out front. Basketball in the hands of Hennessy. Hennessy off to Maslowski. Maslowski to Hennessy. Hennessy on the top of the key on the dribble, right side. They look down low, bring it out front to Hennessy. 38-38, our score. Hennessy to Pope. Pope turns, pops, 3-pointer, not good. Blake comes down with the rebound. Blake will get it to Gabbard. Well, it seems like when Dickinson High gets in these morning games, it's always a thriller. Ball slapped away from behind. Coppinger looks for a whistle, doesn't get one. 9 turnovers, Dickinson High, as the woes continue for Troy Coppinger. Boy, he has had a tough afternoon trying to get something going offensively. They go to Deutscher. Deutscher with the basketball. 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. 38-38. They go Maslowski. Free throw line, Schmitz. Back off to Hennessy. His 3-pointer looks good. It is good. Big 3-pointer. That was a big shot by Hennessy. 41-38. Century by 3. Right-hand side. Top of the key, Coppinger. Off to Dinius. Dinius penetrates. Kicks it to Gabbard. Gabbard fires from 3. His shot, not good. Rebound down. And, oh, it looks like the Midgets' woes and trying to get to a state tournament will continue. They just cannot get it going offensively today. Left side, Maslowski. His 3 looks good. It's good. And Century has opened up their biggest lead of the ball game. 6 points. Timeout. Dickinson High. Can you believe it? And Maslowski hit a 3-pointer. All of a sudden, Century has their biggest lead, 44-38. Baseline with the basketball. Brent Wolf again stumbling on the baseline. Gets a timeout. And we'll just, let's see, what do we get, a full timeout or a 20? 20 timeouts, so we'll just keep it right here with 3:10 remaining to go. And again, Century enjoying their biggest lead of the basketball game. So the number 8 seed is going to the state tournament. In case you missed it earlier today, Williston defeated Bismarck St. Mary's by a margin of 67-62. And now it looks like maybe the number 1 seed, Dickinson High, may not be going to the state. So that's how topsy-turvy this WDA tournament has been. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining to play, but Century has broken open a 6-point lead. And in this game, my friends, that is a big lead. The biggest lead prior to that was 4 points for Century. Dickinson had some early leads of 7 at 7-0 and 9-2. They get it to Gabbard. He fires a 3-pointer. That's an air ball. Capped out of bounds, touched by Derek Frank. And again, Dickinson High simply from 3-point range this afternoon, 1 of 7 in the second half, 1 of 7 in the first half, 2 of 14. They have not been able to shoot this basketball well at all in this tournament. And credit some of that to Century's defense. But again, they've had some good looks, and that was a good 3-point effort by Dickinson High's Gabbard. He was wide open, just a step back. They go to Deutscher. He penetrates around Wolf inside Schmitz. And this, my friends, may be the big basket. Schmitz gets it, 46-38. Century may knock off Dickinson High, and the state's number 1 ranked team may not go to the state. Shot is up, no basket. That's the kind of day it's been. Frank hits the basket, but they won't count it, and it'll be a bonus situation. Now, let's see if Derek Frank goes to the line and can hit the free throw. The way the day is going, the Midgets had 2 points there. Had to take it away because the foul before the shot, and now Frank, let's see if he could hit the free throw. If not, it's kind of the capsule of this ball game. He hits it. Derek Frank with 5 points in the contest. 46-39, Century by 7.
Got to get Blake back there, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Blake still on the bench. Free throw is up and good. 46-40. Right-hand side with the basketball. That's right. Jaden sat down as Dinius pressures Century's guard out front, Hennessy, but Hennessy handles it. 2:25 left to go. Century by 6. Right-hand side, Deutscher with the basketball. Hands it back to Maslowski. Maslowski looking for some help. Gets it off to Hennessy. Hennessy back out front. Left side, Dickinson High scored in this second half just 14 points. After leading by 1 at halftime. Inside, Schmitz is open. Another layup. Jaden Blake on the bench with those 4, and Century getting it in to Schmitz. Nobody to stop him. 48-40, and now Dickinson in dire straits. With the basketball, Dinius, his 12-footer is good. Basket up and good by Dinius. It's a 48-42 ball game. On the dribble, Pope with the basketball, right-hand side. Comes across the timeline, gets it into the hands of Deutscher. Down to a minute 39, 48-42. That's how far Century's got to hold on to go to state and keep Dickinson High home again. The Midgets have not been to a state tournament, I believe, since 1979. 15-footer, and that's the game right there. Deutscher, with the shot clock running down, buries it. And now it's an 8-point game with a minute 10. Karn, Dinius, they're going to have to shoot. Dinius from 15. Not good. Rebound inside Karn. Karn brings it back out to Frank. Frank from 17. Not good. Century with the rebound. And Dickinson High is going to stay home another year. Unbelievable. Maslowski turns the ball over. Century's 6th turnover. Jaden Blake finally gets back into the ball game with 57 seconds remaining to play. But Century wants a timeout, so we've got it Dickinson High. But the Midgets, boy, down by 8. Let's see what they can do from 3-point range. And they've got to look at 3-pointers now. There's no ands, ifs, and ors about it. Shot put up not good by Brent Wolf, but he'll go to the line with 50 seconds remaining. That personal is going to go against Carl Pope, so Pope will be picking up his 4th, or his 2nd, excuse me. And Brent Wolf will be at the line. Dickinson High's bench this afternoon has been pretty quiet. Derek Frank with 6 points. Now Blake checks out of the ball game. A little quicker, so Brent Wolf will shoot 2. Free throw attempt on the way. Good by Wolf. And I failed to mention, you cannot believe how many Dickinson High people are here. They have got 3 blue risers full of Dickinson High fans this afternoon at the Civic Center. Well, there's going to be some disappointment if this holds up. I mean, it's an unbelievable crowd from Dickinson. Brent Wolf hits both free throws. 50-44. Now we've got a whistle.
Fouls on number 24.
Gabbert will pick it up. That's Dickinson High's 8th team personal. So Century will go to the free throw line. Jaden Blake will be at the line.
To the midget lineup.
And at the free throw line shooting, let's see who they're going to send. Looks like Maslowski will be a 1-and-1 situation. So Maslowski will go to the free throw line. Free throw attempt up and good by Maslowski. So if Century hits free throws, there is not a thing that Dickinson High can do about it. 51-44 with 49 seconds remaining. Maslowski now 6 points, make it 7. They get both free throws. There's that 8-point, 3-possession ball game. And boy, with this amount of time left, it's tough to do anything. They go down to Gabbert. Gabbert's going to pull up. His three-pointer is up. That's not good. Rebound, Blake puts it up. If it goes, it counts. It does not, but he'll go to the free throw line. Looking back here with 37 seconds remaining, the last time Dickinson High was in a state tournament was, let's take one quick look here. 1989. That sound right, Jim Dow? Yeah. Or Jim Glauser. I mean, Jim Dow gave me all the stats, and I left them back at work. In 1989, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years again that Dickinson High will not be in the state tournament. And at the free throw line, Blake again will shoot. Let's see, we got substitutes. Ebach. Well, let's see, he's going to check in for Brent Wolf. So Ebach will check in. 52-44. 2 shots coming for Blake at the line. 52-44. Free throw by Blake is up and good. Jaden with 13 points. Again, Lee, we will have a quick wrap-up for you here so we can get it to the second half of Jim Dolan, New England, and Standing Rock. Regardless, unless we go overtime, Blake's second free throw not good. Nordine down with the rebound, so Nordine on the dribble, gets the pass off right side. Maslowski, he'll be followed from behind by Gabbert with 32 seconds remaining to play. But this one, well, it's not over, but if you were going to the bank, I think you'd put the money bag in the Bismarck Century side of the ledger with just 32 seconds remaining to play. And Dickinson High, number 1 in the state, number 1 in the region, coming in, will go 1-2 in the WDA tournament and will not make a trip to the state tournament again for the 10th consecutive year. Free throw by Maslowski is up and good, and some of the fans now beginning to depart. Boy, it's got to be disappointing for those kids, Jim, that kind of year, and you have to sit home and watch it on TV. Right-hand side, here comes Dinius, 53-45. Again, the lead at 8. Three-pointer by Gabbert is up and good. Gabbert hits the three-pointer. 22 seconds makes it 53-48, and Midgets get a quick timeout here. So, and then tonight we'll have 2 ball games for you, Glen Ellen and Southard, and Scranton upcoming against the follow right away against Dinius with 20.8 seconds remaining. Will go against Bismarck Century's Maslowski. Dinius will pick up his 4th, but the 10th team personal, so now it's a 2-shot situation. So going to the line will be Josh Maslowski. So, yeah, he's had a good afternoon. He's hit on, let's see, 4 of 6 for Josh. In the ball game, he has 8 points, and he's got 2 shots. 2-shot bonus for
Fouls on number 34, Kelly Ebach. That's his first. Carl Polk, free throw line, will be 32. penalty at the line, 32.